Are we alone?
Yeah.
No, you're not. You're not.
If you're going to call me out, I'm going to you up. Sorry, that's just me.
They want to pick on us because they want their babysitters back.
Right.
Right.
I totally hear that because my brother had a delivery. Yeah, my brother had a delivery service for medical marijuana. The high clientele were parents with their kids in school. And so when you got your kids at home, no more Friday, no more. Yeah, smoke dog.
Welcome to the Dr. Dare Show. My name is Dr. Frederick Dare. I am a therapist here in Atlanta, Georgia, and welcome to my channel. But before we get started, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Yes, you, subscribe. Subscribe. Like this video, share it, and click the little bell at the bottom of the screen so that you will get updates of when I upload new content. We usually cover hot topics or mental health issues. Today is no different. Today is our topic. I'm asking the question, should the Bay Area School Board, who was busted in that conversation you just heard, should they have resigned? Why or why not? So that's our question for today. And so let me give you a little background of the story. So this took place in the Bay Area, of course. I guess there was a virtual meeting on Wednesday last week, and I guess it involved the board members, the Oakley Union Elementary School District Board, and probably the parents and the community. And so I guess once the meeting ended, you could hear the one board member say, "Are we alone?" And as I came in, I was like, "No, you're not," because I knew they were getting ready to go into this banter about how they felt about the parents. And so some of the things that they were saying was they want their babysitters back. One board member implied that these parents are the clientele of, his brother's medical marijuana service or whatever. So basically that these parents were using marijuana while their kids were at work. They were basically partying, So the reason why I asked the question, should they have resigned or not, because I feel like they shouldn't have resigned. I feel like they should have stayed and had an open dialogue with the parents, with the community, so that they can really voice their opinions. I know it would have been hard because this video has surfaced on social media. I don't know how it even got to social media, but this would have been a good time for them to say, okay, we made a mistake in the way we communicated this information, but here is how we feel. And I don't know what the dialogue was between the parents and what the parents were complaining about, but I think this video would have given an open opportunity for the board members to first apologize for the way it came across, but then say, but we feel this way when we feel attacked or when we're having conversations with you, whatever that conversation feels like. So I had a couple of questions, which was one of them, should they have resigned? And that's the reason why I asked that, is I wanted to know, should they have stayed and had an open dialogue? Because I get their side, but I get the parent side. So I'm just assuming this. I'm assuming there's a debate of whether the kids should come back to school because of COVID, and some the parents are adamant about their kids getting back in school. And so what we learned as therapists is never to generalize. So the statements that were made in the board members' videos they were generalizing, saying parents just want babysitters for their kids, and not all parents do. There may be some parents out there who, they want to get their kids off to school so that they can do whatever, but a majority of them don't. They really are concerned about the educational experiences of their child, because if it's due to COVID, we've been dealing with COVID probably like a year and a half almost now, and a lot of parents are concerned about their kids missing out on the educational experience, because some children, I have clients that are struggling with adjusting to being online. They just don't like it. They just don't get it. They need to see that face. They need to see the teachers. They need to interact with their peers. So I get both sides. But I think this is a residual or after effect of the COVID stuff. Everybody is stressed on both sides, and I get the teachers' side as well. Like, they feel like even during the online experiences, parents aren't. I seen a video the other day where a teacher was like, you've got to help your kids when they are at home in the house and they're doing online learning. You've got to help them, because I think the teacher, she was saying that a lot of the parents aren't, they just throw their children in front of the computer and they're not helping them, and the teacher is like, I can't really help them do the screen. All I can do is provide them with information. But I don't want to get off on that tangent. Anyway, so that was one of my questions. I see both sides. I just feel like the school board members should have stayed and voiced those opinions, apologize for the video, and then voice their opinions, giving the parents the opportunity to vent and give questions. And the other thing I wanted to address is, when you're a professional, you're a board member or anything like that, you should always keep it professional, because you were venting, and I get it, we all do it, we are human, it's happened to everybody, you know, after you've had a negative experience with the client or a customer, we all vent, so I'm not acting like I'm God or anything. Stuff like this happens, but it's just taking ownership of it now and then addressing the parents and letting them know how you feel, but in a different, not that language. So I had a question. How many teachers out there agree with what the board members were saying? Leave me comments in the below. How many teachers actually feel the way the board members, what they were saying? They kind of got on board with what they were saying. Number two, how many parents out there, of course, disagree? And what are your thoughts? What would you like to have seen happen to these board members? Do you think they should have resigned? Should have been fired before they resigned? Whatever. And how does the community feel in that community, or any community? Because we're all probably going through this. I'm sure there's school board meetings going on across the world, or across the United States, where board members are saying the same thing. They just haven't got caught, or they're saying it in a more professional way, I hope. And then frustrated parents all across the U.S. About their kids going back to school. I get both sides. But the main point is that we give the kids what they need, because this is a tough time. You know, being a therapist, I see it a lot. Kids are struggling. Teachers are struggling. Teachers are afraid of COVID. Children, I've had kids, they're afraid of COVID. And so, even though your parents may want you to go back, kids are afraid of COVID too. So we're all in this negative situation, and it's hard. And stuff like this is going to happen, but we have to be strong. We have to take ownership of what happened and what we feel, and have a conversation with each other. Even though it would have been a hard conversation because of the video, it would have been, you know, sitting there taking more stuff, but letting yourself be open and tell these parents in this community how you're feeling. Like, the goal for everybody is just have the best for our kids. Because I'll just keep going on and on and on and on. But let me know your comments. Teachers, let me know your comments. Board members, let me know your comments. And students, if you're old enough, let me know your comments. Anybody in the Bay Area, and I'm not privy to the conversation that took place prior to this meeting, or prior to this meeting that was displayed on social media, of course. But anyway, let me know your feedback. I'm not taking any sides. I see both sides. All right. And thank you for listening. And also check out some of my other videos. I cover topics, like I said, mental health issues and hot topics. I saw this and it caught my attention because I see what it is. Everybody is frustrated. Bottom line, everybody is frustrated with COVID, with its impact on our children. Their learning experiences, are they getting behind? Because online is not the same as face-to-face as far as kids. I think adults could do it because we probably have more discipline, but kids don't. And then from the teacher's perspective, trying to teach via online when you never had to do it before could be frustrating. And then when you don't have the support of the parents, it could be even more frustrating. And then when the kids are not doing well, and then both parties are blaming each other, and it can be frustrating. So that's what we're dealing with. Again, thank you. Check out more of the Dr. Dare Show. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will talk to you later.